Alright, today on this video we're talking about the Sevr TightSpot quiver. Please excuse the voice, I'm getting over being sick. Don't quote me on it, I believe it was 2023. Sevr and TightSpot came together and made this quiver. It is designed for mechanical broadheads. The hood on the quiver is higher and it's empty. You'll find a lot of quivers these days will have foam stuffed up in there, and the problem with that is when you have foam and you just have a hole and you go and jamming your mechanical broadheads in there, they can start to deploy or pre-deploy in your quiver. That is not what we want. What I did with this quiver that I have is I took the foam right out of it. So I kind of achieved the same thing. So they are able to sit in there nicely. But I've just found that there's nothing, I've had a TightSpot before, and there's really nothing that beats the closeness to the riser and the security of holding your arrows than a TightSpot quiver. Not sponsored by TightSpot at all. I just owned one before. I have one again now, so these are amazing quivers. Take it out of the box so we can talk about it. These quivers do come in right and left-handed. Some quivers are ambidextrous, but this one you have to say whether you need the right-handed or the left-handed version. Alright, so we got it out of the box. Throw this mat back down. This archer's mat is great to use, especially when you have small parts and pieces and screws, and keeps everything steady, which is good. Okay, so yeah, so there's nothing that really gets a quiver tighter to the bow and more secure with the arrows, I find, than with the Sevr. I'm not going to crap on other quivers. They're all great in their own way, but just personally for me, I love the TightSpot. It's small, it's compact, it fits nicely, tightly to the bow. I've never had an arrow ever come loose or fall out. So, give you a look at this. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take off the old quiver attachments and put on the new one. So this particular quiver attached to the riser itself. The TightSpot attaches to the holes on your sight mount. Never done this before. Always read the instructions. So you take your dovetail mount. Going to go right on top of where your sight housing is, and you can adjust. You'll see little ripples in this thing. You can see where you can different levels of adjustment forward and back, or where you can put this. So you're going to put this onto here, and you can put it here, you can put it back here. It all depends where your sweet spot is. You can play around with it and adjust it till you find the spot that you like the best. So for starters, you can just start it off in the middle, and then once you have both bolts attached, you can play around with the location when you attach the quiver. Then what you can do, which is pretty cool, is you can adjust, you can loosen these screws and adjust this up and down depending on where you want it, where you want your arrows to sit. So take these out. So another cool feature about the TightSpot is on the double gripper. So the second one at the top here is called the double gripper. It has a spot, as does the bottom obviously, for your first arrow to come straight out towards you. So if you had it in your bow, you'd be pulling it straight back towards you, and the other arrows would come out from the front. What I've seen some people do, which is another good thing to think about, is they take their first arrow from the second position and have their follow-up arrow in the first position, which is easier to grab and pull off straight in front of you. You do whatever you want, but that's the way it goes. So here's the Sevr Hybrid 1.5 right up inside there, and you can see lots of room, no obstructions whatsoever. And like I said, this is not just for Sevrs. All of these arrows, all of these broadheads I have right on the table here are all different kinds from different companies. And you hear that snap. That snap lets you know that your arrow is seated properly. And then once you have all your arrows in the quiver, you mount it on the bow. And again, you take some time to adjust it, make sure it is tight enough, and you can adjust the bolt here for the tightness of this lever as well, which secures the quiver to the mount. Alright, so like I said, you can lower this gripper, which I'm going to do, so you have the height of your arrows in the spot that you want. Yeah, you can't get tighter to your riser. That's pretty good. There you go. There's your 5-arrow TightSpot Sevr quiver. Fits very snug, very tight to the bow, very tight to the riser. It's not going to go anywhere. It's got this rope, you can hang it. Now, let's have a conversation here, because I don't understand why so many people get up in the tree, whether it be their saddle, their tree stand, or whatever, and they take their quiver off. And they either hang it in the tree, or they hang it on themselves. When you are in a shooting position, let's talk about this for a minute. Now, there's no right or wrong answer. You do whatever you want, but this is, I've never really been able to understand this. So, when you are in a shooting position, okay, so when you are in a shooting position, and you take your shot, what is the next logical place to go? Here. This is your workstation. Everything is right here. You grab your next arrow, you reload. When you have it hanging in a tree, now you're fumbling through the tree, or you're grabbing at your waist Everything's right here. Everything you need is right here. You do a follow-up shot, bam, arrow on their bow. I don't know, it's just me. I don't seem to understand why people like to remove their quivers. When it comes around to hunting season and you are keeping your quiver on, you should obviously be practicing with it on your bow. That's a given. There is a little bit of extra weight, but you get used to it, you practice with it, you won't have a problem. So, I don't know, that's just me. Throw your opinion down in the comments. I'm sure I've pissed some people off, but I don't know, I just don't, I don't see the reasoning for it. I mean, the only argument could really be that you, I don't know, maybe you don't practice that way all year round, so you're trying to keep things the same, but thinking of it tactically, if you are needing to quickly access your arrows for a follow-up shot, you're going to want them as close to you as possible. I don't know, call me crazy, let's have a discussion, but I don't really see the reasoning for it. But you do you, and whatever you do, make sure you practice. And the best part of all, if none of that sold you, it's made right here in Canada. It's made in Ontario, Canada, which is awesome. So again, talking about the grippers here, the bottom gripper here is adjustable, so these will go, because this is a full-size 6.5 millimeter arrow, it won't go past the first holding position. If you have a 6 millimeter, 5 millimeter, or 4 millimeter, it'll click in farther. You can also adjust the screw here to adjust your grabbing strength of the arrow. So again, these are made of carbon fiber rods. The hood is deeper. There's nothing in there to start a pre-deployment. You've got the hanging rope if you wanted to hang it somewhere. You've got the double gripper with adjustable on the bottom with this tension screw. Like I said, the 6 millimeters will stop in there, but if you have a 6, a 5, or a 4, it's 6.5 will stop right there. But if you have anything smaller, they will punch in a little bit deeper, and you can also use the adjustment screw if you want. And then of course you can adjust this up and down to get the right fitment, and with the bracket that goes onto your bow, you can even adjust that, and when you're sliding it on, you could stop it here, here, or you can push it all the way in. You just got to watch out, make sure that you're not invading with your rest, and then just push that down and you're good. Arrows aren't going anywhere. Awesome. So that is the Sevr Max Grip 5-Arrow Quiver, made with Sevr and TightSpot. For more information about Sevr, click the link in the description, sevrbroadheads.com. For more information about TightSpot quivers, I'll throw a link down there as well. This is again great. I've got every broadhead in here is different from a different company, and they all fit. So that just shows you that it doesn't matter whether you're using Sevr broadheads or not, which I think Sevrs are fantastic. There's a lot of broadheads on the market that are doing really well. They will all fit in this quiver. So definitely check this out if you are in the market for a quiver. It does keep your arrows tight together. It keeps the quiver tight to the bow. It's everything you need for your next hunt. So if you like this video, hit like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for more videos like this. There's going to be a lot more coming. Hunting season is underway, so good luck to everybody who's out hunting. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one.